The road to Chicagoland and the High Slide Racing League Truck Series Championship starts tonight, but before that date with Destiny in Chicagoland, these drivers will have to get through the gauntlet that is known as these playoffs, and it all starts here in the Pocono Mountains and the Tricky Triangle. Good evening, everybody. My name is Nick Stein, joined alongside Sheldon Adkins with Austin Derbyshire in the production truck, and we got ourselves a good one here for the Autism Speaks 97 from Pocono Raceway, and we're already zooming into the foothills of the Pocono Mountains to get a good look at this tricky triangle. But before we get into that, Sheldon, how the heck are you?
Doing pretty good tonight, man, and always excited to cover race here at Pocono. This place is a blast. It's very much a driver's track, very difficult, but also at the same time, you got some of the standard trappings that you have anytime we go to a speedway or super speedway on here, where air is going to be king, and it's going to be a premium tonight. And I'll lead into more on that a little later.
Yeah, for sure. And all three corners here at Pocono Raceway based off of real corners from other tracks. I believe turn 1 is the Milwaukee Mile, turn 2 is from Indianapolis, and then turn 3 is from Trenton Speedway. So 3 different corners with 3 different radiuses with 3 different driving styles. What can go wrong? But I believe you got some keys to the race there for us there, Sheldon.
Well, you did say what can go wrong. Everything can go wrong. But yeah, I do have a handful of keys this week, and let's get them rolling out here. First off, restarts are going to be really huge. It's Pocono. It's very much a track position track because the air is so difficult to navigate around here. You're going to see guys going 3, 4, sometimes even 5 wide into turn 1 and trying to find some kind of way to funnel that down into single file coming out of the corner. Second of all, you're going to use the air. Your best means of offense as well as defense in these trucks now, since the updates, is the air. You can throw one crazy aero block on somebody and completely kill their run in the corner. So you're going to be trying to find a way to get out of the dirty air and throw dirty air on the cars behind you. And then behind that, keep that motor wound up. Don't put too much wheel into it. Don't spend too much time on throttle. Get the car set up perfectly for corner exit and keep it from bogging down, because these straightaways, as soon as you do that, it's going to kill you.
And here we're looking at High Slide Racing League Truck Series point standings right now. Joseph Causey, your points leader here, heading into week 1 of the playoffs. He's got a 70-point lead over Andrew Chapman, Levi McCarty third, Ed Shearer Jr. 5 points behind McCarty in that 4th spot. Jordan Probst not far behind him in 5th. You can see the rest of the points there. Those highlighted in yellow are your playoff drivers, and they've had an extra 1,000 points added to their total to help separate them from those who did not make the playoffs. And in case you were wondering why Mark Whitley's name was in 17th there, he forfeited his spot in the playoffs to give it to another driver. So Mark Whitley will not be contending for a High Slide Racing League Truck Series championship, but after that, we're going to go and get into our race picks, and I'm going to go ahead and take the 79 of Jacob Denson. I feel like he is on for a really, really good race, and if he can put one together starting from that 3rd spot, I feel like he's got a pretty darn good chance here tonight.
And I got a good feeling tonight will be the night that Kevin Dick's finally able to get it done really fast. Got the pole here in qualifying. He's been taking off some good finishes here for the past couple weeks, and I think this is his time to shine.
And Austin Derbyshire, as always, picking the 88 of Joseph Causey, who starts in 4th position. So all 3 of our race picks here tonight starting in your top 4 spots. Kevin Dick is on that pole position, Jacob Denson 3rd, and Joseph Causey starts 4th on the grid tonight. And we're about 15 seconds from getting these guys gridded up and getting rolling for their 1 pace lap. While we got the chance, we'll go ahead and look at our weekly schedule here on GridVision. Of course, you're watching the High Slide Racing League Truck Series as they start their run towards a championship here tonight at Pocono Raceway. But tune in tomorrow night if you want to catch Friday night NIS Top Split coverage presented by Ryco Performance from Michigan Raceway at 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Of course, we have 3 nights open, Wednesday starting at $75, Saturday and Sunday starting at $85 a race, and that is our schedule for the rest of this week. But we are getting ready to get going here from Pocono for the High Slide Racing League Truck Series and the Autism Speaks 97 here. And we'll get a look at our starting grid here. Kevin Dick on that pole position with a 54.031. Levi McCarty in that 2nd spot in the with a 54.119. Jacob Denson 3rd. Joseph Causey in that 4th spot. Derek Grigsby rounds out your top 5 with Ed Shearer Jr. starting on his outside in that 6th spot to round out road number 3. Jason Miz, Andrew Pendergrass round out road number 4. Jordan Berry and James Kerr round out your top 10.
In 11th place, we got Jordan Probst, followed by Andrew Chapman in 12th. 13th is going to be Joshua Lucas with Andrew Lemke in 14th. 15th is going to be Anthony McPherson. 16th is going to be Austin Pendergrass. And then round out your field in 17th and 18th is going to be Evan Knopp and Zenla Collins.
And of course, those last 2 did not set any qualifying times here tonight. So only 16 set times in qualifying, but we're getting ready to get rolling here at Pocono. Stages on the night, 15 and 45, lap 15, lap 45. There will not be any cautions guaranteed here tonight, so we have ourselves a chance for another flag-to-flag race, kind of like what we had last week until stage 2 happened. But these guys are officially rolling, and it is going to be a long long pace lap here at Pocono. Pace laps averaging about 2 minutes. So hoping that cautions are few and far between, because these pace laps, they feel like they never end.
Yeah, pace lap 0 definitely puts you to sleep.
Like you just did.
Yeah, a little bit there. Yeah, see, we just started the pace laps. I'm out. But no, I'm excited for this race, man. First race of the playoffs. This series has been incredible from start to finish. I'm so interested in seeing what these guys are going to do here as the pressure starts to stack on for the end of the season's championship.
Yeah, it is going to be very, very fun to watch these guys battle it out over 10 more races. Or excuse me, no, not 10 more races. What am I thinking here? It is 7 more races, excuse me. Nope. No, I'm wrong. 8 more races towards the end of the season.
You got it.
Eventually, math is hard for me. Give me a second, but 8 more races, including this one, to determine a Truck Series championship out of your top 16 drivers in points right now. These guys are going to start out here tonight at Pocono. Then they head to Kentucky next week, Texas the week after, Richmond, Kansas, Daytona, Homestead, and then Michigan and Chicagoland round out your schedule here for this season. So we've got ourselves a very interesting night, a very interesting schedule to finish off this season. But hey, look at that. What's turn 4? We don't know here at Pocono, but they're coming off of turn number 3 to get ready to take the green flag. It's going to be in the hands of Kevin Dick as they enter the Geico restart zone. Green flag out in the air for the first time here tonight at Pocono Raceway. Pretty even start between your top 4, but Kazi starting to give a little bit of a push to Levi McCarty, as it looks like McCarty has a little bit better of a run than Kevin Dick down into turn number 1. Stomp on the brakes here as you get down into turn number 1, and it looks like Kevin Dick is going to keep that lead and keep it pretty convincingly here off of turn number 1.
Nice single file here for the first 2 spots, but oh, here comes to the bomb. Here comes McCarthy. Trying to dive it down here into the tunnel turn. Got to be careful.
He's going to think about a dive bomb. Gets a little bit tight. Kevin Dick also getting a little bit tight. Everyone keeps it out of the wall here on lap number 1. Here comes Joseph Causey with a pretty good run. Down into turn number 3, he's going to back off. It looks like Causey's deciding to save a little bit of tires for the moment. He's actually looking to the inside of Levi McCarty, but off of turn number 3, it is going to be Kevin Dick leading lap number 1, and here is a big part of what we're going to see tonight. Everyone trying to break that draft. We call it the Indy Snake, but it's also known as the Pocono Snake.
Everybody now single filed out as they dive down here into turn 1. You got Causey trying to set up a nice run off the corner here, driving it in a little bit higher, a little bit deeper. Trying to get the charge, get the drive off. Not quite able to find it out of turn 1, though. And that's the thing about this place, man. It's so hard to make any moves happen. Like, the restarts and the start, you know, that's where you kind of prioritize trying to get some position. Now it's just a wait for the tires to kind of burn off.
Yeah, that's about the only thing you can do here at Pocono. Just save your tires and hope everyone burns them off. But further back, Jordan Berry and I believe that was Andrew Pendergrass side by side down in the turn number 3. That is for, I believe, your 7th spot. Nope, that's for your 6th spot on track. And this could be a big part of what we see tonight. Is this race gets spread out very quickly, very, very quickly, and it is very hard to keep with the lead draft if you're not pretty much doing exactly what they're doing. But up front, we're starting to see some differing lines play out here. 3 different lines for your top 3, and all of them seem to somewhat work here.
Yeah, there's a few different ways you can attack this place, especially in turn 1 and turn 3. Not much different you can do in turn 2 because it's just such a narrow line to such a quick corner. Causey going to move up here to 2nd place, though, with a little bit of a slide job in turn 2. But McCarty's going to dive back down to the bottom.
Causey attempted the slide job, and Levi McCarty tried to do the up and under. Now they're going to be side by side through turn 3 here. Ed Shearer Jr. is kind of in the catbird seat right now. He's watching to see where this is going to go. McCarty gets back up in front of Shearer Jr., and Ed is just going to push him here.
Yeah, and also Ed, number change and paint scheme change this week. Was the 1 truck, now he's out here in the 71 Ally machine.
Once again, a very clean looking paint for that 71 truck. It's going to be very weird saying 71 instead of just the 1. I have to get used to saying that here, but looks like he's getting himself a new look. for the playoffs here. And we'll see if he can carry the momentum that he's had over the last 3 weeks or so, and see if he can go for 4 in a row. Of course, that hasn't been done this season. The closest to do it was Mark Whitley to start this season, but unfortunately had to miss a race, the second race of the season. And when he went on that little run to start the season, oh wow, McCarty gets really loose off of turn number 3 there. But as I was saying, Mark Whitley just wasn't able to get that 4th race in a row to kind of break this tiebreaker here. But Ed Sheeran Jr. looks like he's got himself a really good chance to do it here tonight.
Yeah, and also Causey wasn't even able to really get super close to it. He got the 3 in a row, not able to knock off the 4th. I'm wondering if anybody's actually going to be able to get that done, period, this year, because this series, it's like we go 3 weeks, man, and somebody else is entirely leaps and bounds faster than the guy before him, you know?
Yeah, right now, as we said, Ed Sheeran Jr., the next one to have a chance to do it. He's making a move to the inside for that 3rd spot. And it is yet to be seen if it could be done here tonight. But right now, Kevin Dick seems to be class of the field here as we complete lap number 5 at Pocono. Kevin Dick is starting to pull a little bit of a gap. It's about 4/10 here, slowly being pulled in by the draft, but Kevin Dick has looked really fast as Levi McCarty now to the inside of Joseph Causey for the 2nd spot. But Causey has that outside line working, and he's going to get a massive run off of turn number 1 here. Kevin Dick already going down to break the draft.
Kevin Dick with a really nice advantage coming down here into turn 2. Shearer Jr. all over the rear end of Causey as they dive it down here into Indy. Start calling the corners by the actual track name. That'd be pretty cool, right?
Yeah, I don't think it'll catch on very good, but I mean, you can do whatever you want.
Into Milwaukee now.
This is Trenton.
You got it backwards. Trenton's turn 1.
Trenton's turn 1? Oops.
Yeah. Trenton's bank, Milwaukee's flat.
Oopsie.
Well, Trenton's flat now too, but we don't talk about it, okay?
Oof.
I think it's a shopping mall now.
Oh.
Happens to all the good tracks.
Yeah.
Wait till Daytona turns into a Bass Pro.
I will cry. Don't ever say that. I agree with what our producer just said. Not repeating it, but he very colorfully told him to shut his mouth. So very colorfully, I should say.
Well, it's not going to happen now. Well, Darby
going
down
to Daytona?
There. The cutoff?
For
the 500.
Hate to break it to you, but Daytona is not a cutoff race.
Yes, I forgot. The Olympics ruined that as well.
Not really.
Dude, you're going to be in for a blast. And
yeah, I've been to Daytona before. I went to the second to last July 4th race back in 2018. That was a blast. It was hot as a you-know-what. But
I don't know what.
I'm not, never mind. But no, it was hot, but it was like a lot of fun, most fun I've ever had. And I got to see Austin Cindric go flipping in turn 1, between turn 1 and 2.
That is pretty fun to watch.
But yeah, I get to go to another NASCAR race this year. I'm going to Talladega in October. I'm excited for that.
Battle for 6th right now. Grigsby on the inside of Barry. So come down the front straightaway here. Barry's going to get the pole, though. Grigsby's going to lose another spot here coming into turn 1.
Grigsby has been falling back this race. He is down in 8th position right now. That 5 truck started in 5th. So Grigsby is on the struggle bus. I believe it is safe to say for the moment. He is not having a grand old time, as some people like to say. He is down 3 positions right now. And at the moment, it looks to be your biggest loser right now. He's the only one that has lost 3 spots as somebody in front of him. I think that was Jordan Probst.
Yeah, that was Barry. Hit the wall coming out of turn 1, about to smoke the right side off of it. That is
I'll have to keep an eye. To keep an eye and make sure he doesn't have any damage on that 18 truck.
Yeah, that's the last thing you want to do here at Pocono, man. These straightaways are so long, and it will kill you quick.
It will, as you see people are getting as close to the wall as they can, just trying to use all of the track that is they're taking the motto, they paid for the whole dadgum track, they're going to use the whole dadgum track.
Well, they need to start using the apron too on the back straightaway. That'd be fun.
Oh God, that bumpy. Whew.
Yeah, man, it's always fun watching trucks fly down there at about 180, bouncing 2 inches and 2 feet in the air.
Who's out of
Causey
the
to the fence
wall?
out of 2.
Joseph Causey in the fence off of turn number 2. Looks to be okay.
Look at Scherer over here charging the outside line, trying to get a good run down the straightaway. Causey got a little bit of damage on the right side, though. He did not fare as good as Barry did a few laps ago.
No, he did not, and we'll have to see if that's going to hurt him. Scherer Jr. giving him a bump draft down into turn number 1. Looking to the inside for the lead. Causey shows the nose. Doesn't quite have the move just yet, but here comes Ed Shearer Jr. to give him another big bump down the short chute headed towards turn number 2. I guess this would be the medium chute because between turn 2 and 3 is the short chute. But down into turn number 2. Oh, Kevin Dick gets tied off of turn number 2. Everyone's struggling for grip here at Pocono.
This is one of those tracks where it is so easy to get into panic mode. As soon as they start to reel you in a little bit, it feels like there's not a thing in the world you can do different inside the car to actually pull on them. Because just the way the tires wear here, it's like such a subtle thing. You don't notice that you're really losing a ton of speed. And then you look, you got a mirror full of the guys that you pulled away from a couple laps ago, and there's not a thing you can do in the world.
Looks like Causey and Shearer Jr. working together to get another bump draft going. Causey doesn't have the speed this time to make a move down into turn number 1 like he did last lap. But you could feel a move is coming.
Oh yeah, especially if these two teammates stay tandemed up together. Here comes Causey down to the
Here's
bottom.
the move.
Huge run. It's going to be here. Yeah, he's got him coming into turn 2.
Not a normal passing spot you see down at the turn number 2, but it works for Joseph Causey. And now Ed Shearer Jr. looking to the inside, possibly down into turn number 3. He's going to make the dive bomb. Kevin Dick to the outside, 3 wide. Here for the lead. Dick has to back out just a little bit now, only side by side for second spot off of turn number 4. Who's going to get the better run? It's going to be Kevin Dick looking to the inside now with Joseph Causey for the lead. Lap number 13, you got 2 playoff drivers fighting for the lead at Pocono.
No, 2, make it 3. Because any one of these 3 guys can walk away with it here. Right now, Kevin Dick with a huge run charge down the bottom. Gonna come out. Looks like he's got just a little bit of a nose on Causey coming down the back straightaway, but I think Causey's going to fight back with the momentum.
Causey's going to side draft Kevin Dick now down into turn number 2. Ed Shearer Jr. getting a bump draft to the 88 of Joseph Causey. Down into turn number 2. Shearer almost gets clear of Kevin Dick, but off of turn number 2, here comes Kevin Dick fighting back. But they're going to get that really good run off of the outside here, and that is going to demote Kevin Dick down into the 3rd spot. Here comes Ed Shearer Jr. to the outside of Joseph Causey. Levi McCarty and Jacob Denson side by side for the 5th spot right behind these guys. Off of turn number 3, not Kevin Dick, excuse me, Levi McCarty in the wall off of turn number 3 and passing the start-finish line. Looks like McCarty's going to keep 4th spot.
But not for long. Here comes Denson charging it down into turn 1. Huge run on the bottom. So hard to get the power down up top because there's a really big bump up there. Looks like Denson's going to be able to get him. Nope.
Big bump there from Ed Shearer Jr. Almost sent the 88 of Joseph Causey for a ride off of turn number 1. Off of turn number 2, Causey is using that long, wide arc to get through turn number 2. And then here is where everyone differentiates. Turn number 3. Everyone running a different line here. You're seeing at least 3 or 4 different lines in use.
It's really cool to see multi-groove racing in turn 3 because for the longest time it was single lane. Kind of looks like it did back when they had the grip strip down here, back in the early 2010s.
Yeah, it looks like Ed Shearer Jr. and Joseph Causey are just going to be working together here. Shearer Jr. really hasn't made any inkling that he was going to attempt a move for the lead, at least not yet.
Oh.
If I'm not mistaken, we are on the last lap of stage number 1. Remember, no cautions here for stage breaks, so no guaranteed cautions for these guys at all. So these guys are racing for a stage win here at Pocono. Oh, Jordan Berry in the wall off of turn number 2. Just smacked the wall, but down into turn number 3, we got ourselves a race for the stage here, looking off at the front end of Jordan Berry. And now off the back and coming off of turn number 4, though, looks like it's going to be Joseph Causey taking stage number 1 here at Pocono. Ed Shearer Jr., Kevin Dick, Levi McCarty, and Jacob Denson, your top 5 at stage number 1. Jordan Berry, Jordan Probst, Derek Grigsby, Andrew Chapman, and Jason Miz are the ones who score stage points here. But now, here comes Ed Shearer Jr. looking to the inside off of turn number 1.
Yeah, sure helped Causey to the win on that stage there. Kept in line with him those last couple laps, keep them in front of Kevin Dick. Now he's going to dive down to the bottom, thinks it's his turn to get up here to the front. And I think he's going to get him here in turn 2. No, Causey's going to fight back hard on the outside. He's going to pinch him down to the bottom.
Causey pinching his best friend here at Pocono, Kevin Dick now. Back to the outside of Ed Shearer Jr. He's going to hit the wall, getting down into turn number 3. Levi McCarty all the way up next to the wall. And Ed Shearer Jr. still to the inside. Here comes Kevin Dick. He's got himself a pretty good run. Thinks about the middle. Gonna take it to the inside. 3 wide for the lead here at Pocono. Levi McCarty's looking at this battle with a huge bucket of popcorn as they're 3 wide for the lead. Heading down to the turn number 1. Almost a little bit of a contact between Ed Shearer Jr. and Joseph Causey. But getting down into the corner, Causey is going to be the big loser here unless he gets a really good run off of turn number 1, which he does. But he's just going to give that to the 71 of Ed Shearer Jr. Further back, I believe that is Andrew Pendergrass and, if I'm not mistaken, Jason Miz. Boys are fighting to the death, and it's lap 17, boys. We got 70 to go.
Causey got himself worked back up to second place over Kevin Dick. Ed Shearer
80
Jr. now
to
to
go.
the lead.
Yeah, Edge. Oh, someone's on the wall. Levi McCarty in the wall. Jacob Denson, big time blues. Off of turn number 3 now, Jordan Berry looking to the inside of Levi McCarty. He's going to take a look to the inside of Jacob Denson. Oh, contact! Jordan Berry sideways up into the air and slams the outside wall at turn 1 at Pocono. No caution. Caution now flies for Jordan Berry.
That was a hard hit.
He was up in the air completely. He was off of all 4 tires. Gonna look at the replay here. Berry looks to the inside and gets squeezed by Jacob Denson. Oh, he tries to get up in front of Levi McCarty, and you see right there, he got off of all 4 tires and just slams the outside wall in turn 1.
It's one of those deals right there. Berry had a really good run, and if he just stayed in the middle and shot the middle there, Denson didn't look like he was really going to come up once he noticed that Berry was there. If he had just kept his foot in it and kept going, he would have made it out. But, you know, it's a little courteous, backed out of it, and still try to find some kind of way to get himself threaded back into the deal there, and that just bit him back.
Well, first caution of the night here at Pocono Raceway, and it's a big one. Jordan Berry catching air down at the turn number 1. But this should lead to some pit stops here. You would think after almost 20 laps in the trucks, these tires have got to be screaming. We'll get another look at the replay here. And we'll get to see how much air Jordan Berry catches here down into turn number 1. Look at this. All 4 tires off of the ground. Probably a solid foot in the air at one point.
And that could have been a lot worse.
Way worse.
Really lucky that was only, a 2-3 car incident.
I bet if he gets turned the other way down towards the inside wall, that's a blowover for sure. He got saved by the wall there.
100%.
And now,
those about a week or so ago at Talladega in the trucks, man. Those ain't fun.
Yeah, they are not. But now we get to sit and wait on these pace laps because they're very long.
Yeah.
Very,
Plenty
very
of
long.
news in the NASCAR world to go over at this point.
Obviously, the biggest news is that Austin Dillon loses his playoff bid after that fiasco.
Yeah, I'm surprised NASCAR did something, but good on them for setting a standard.
Yeah, for sure. And
And
I've,
like,
I've heard some fairly mixed reactions, I shall say.
our producer says you can't penalize for something that's not in the rule book, but I mean, we've seen people get entire races docked and weekends off for right hooking somebody.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
as far
Kevin
as the
Dick overshoots his
Logano,
pit stall there.
as far as the Logano contact goes, man, like I look at that and it's like, that's fair game. People have been doing that for a long time, but yeah, Logano, especially Logano's done it more often than not.
And here, I'll hop into this argument. Why not? You see that Logano and Denny Hamlin have both done that before. I'm not denying that both. Okay. Before I say this, let me say this. I absolutely despise Denny Hamlin and Joey Logano. Hate both of them. Cannot stand either of them. But yes, they've wrecked people for wins, but it was not as egregious as Austin Dillon. Austin Dillon came from 3.5 car lengths back, give or take, somewhere around there. And if you look at the data, Austin Dillon made no attempt to get on the brakes until he made contact.
Whether it's
with Joey Logano.
If you look at the data for the Darlington incident with Byron, though, Joey didn't use brakes for that one either. But I'll let that one sit where it is.
I mean, Logano.
As far as the Logano contact goes, man, like, yeah, whatever, fair game. Guy in front of you, move him out. Whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, but the Logano
when it came to
contact,
the right hook on Denny,
that was egregious.
yeah, that was too much.
That's what
also,
I guarantee you. That right hook on Denny is what got Austin Dillon the penalty.
100%, because we've seen people no break each other for years.
Oh yeah, and I'm not saying that Austin Dillon should be burned at the stake or anything for what he did on Joey Logano, but I mean, personally, I'm cool with it because I hate Joey Logano. Absolutely despise the dude. He could retire tomorrow and I would cheer. But what he did on Denny Hamlin not only was dangerous and stupid, but I mean, hell, he could have hurt Denny Hamlin. And from what I heard, Denny Hamlin had a pinched nerve from that wreck. So
I'll say one thing. Denny was lucky that he hit the way he did, because I was at Richmond back in 03 when somebody stuffed the thing left side in the wall, and he never got back to driving again. That place hurts. People don't think about it. That place
I was telling my buddy,
hurt
Brandon Edstrom, dude, if that's 60 years ago, don't guarantee he survives that wreck. And a cool little tidbit there from our producer. Hamlin's wreck to the outside wall, more G-forces than any wreck in the next-gen era. That's including the Kurt Busch wreck here at Pocono in qualifying. One of the big wrecks have there been. Ryan Preece's flip at Daytona last year. I mean, has a pretty dadgum serious wreck if it's outforcing that Ryan Preece flip. Brandon Green in the YouTube chat, 60 years ago they weren't going 180. That's true, and they're still not going 180 at Richmond.
Yeah, thank God. Jesus God, could you imagine? People would they'd load up into turn one going 180 and their heads would rip off their shoulders.
Oh God.
Terrible. Oh my God. But I'm glad everybody walked away from the whole deal okay.
Okay, so 60 years ago, that would have put us what, in the 60s?
At the tail end, but that was only a Daytona and Talladega.
Yeah.
Everybody,
I could see that. I mean,
net max was like 150 or so.
All right, well, we got to restart to come back to you, so we can shelve this until the next caution. But green flag back out in the air here at Pocono. I almost said Richmond for a second, but Joseph Causey out to a pretty commanding jump here, and it does not look like he has any challenge whatsoever. Maybe Jacob Denson to the inside of Ed Sheeran Jr. down into turn number 1.
Jacob Denson, he's going to make a dive, but he's not going to be able to get it to hook up. Ed Sheeran Jr. is going to pull away from him there in second place. They're still side by side behind him.
Oh, they're 3 wide further back in the field. Here comes Andrew Pendergrass to the inside of Joshua Lucas and a couple other guys as they head down into turn number 2. Further back, Jacob Denson to the end, or excuse me, further up, I should say. Jacob Denson to the inside of Andrew Chapman as they head down the short chute. Kevin Dick giving a pretty good bump draft to the back end of the 25. Oh, spinner Turn 3. Not sure who it was. May have been Derek Grigsby. It was, as they're now almost 4 wide further back here. And things are kicking off. The 28 of Anthony McPherson all over the place as he is getting shoved for everything it is worth down the front straightaway.
There's a hornet's nest there as you see him try to get a look low on the inside of Z Collins and kind of misses it. He's going backwards here with a bunch of trucks flying by him. That's what I meant about just being, you know, tidy coming out of the corners here, because you can lose so much time on these straightaways if you just make the slightest little mistake.
Yeah,
and Lemke's going to stuff him up. 3 wide and 2. That never...
I don't know how they made 3 wide work there. You're right. They don't. That does not work.
That's like being on the outside of Darlington, man. You just don't want to do it. You got somebody inside of you.
Anthony McPherson. I don't know if he tapped the wall or got really loose, but that was scary. But back up front, Kevin Dick to the inside of Andrew Chapman. That's for 4th. As Levi McCarty looks to try and chase down Ed Shearer Jr. and Joseph Causey. They're still 3 wide further back here, by the way. I'm just keeping my eye on both of these battles right now.
These guys are showing each other no breaks. Huge run out of Derek Grigsby, though, to clear out of that pack. Move himself up to P14 now.
Oh, contact Jason Miz, and I think that may have been Austin Pendergrass. Interesting. Interesting strategy.
Yeah, these guys, they're not happy with each other back here.
Oh, we got one spinning off of turn number 4. Jordan Probst. Jordan Probst is sideways on pit road right now, but we see this move that Austin Pendergrass made on Jason Miz, and we'll come back to the replay of what happened to Jordan Probst. Looks like contact with Jacob Denson off of turn number 4. Oh, yeah. A good deal of it as well.
You just slide up into there, into that guy that's on your outside just a little bit, and you got all that wheel cocked into it. At that point, you're getting on the throttle. That quick shift, the quick flick to the left of the weight just completely sends you around. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, nothing you could do there. And Jordan Probst had to drive through pit road there. He did get a black flag for too fast entering, obviously, as he was out of control headed down pit road.
You know, hopefully they'll clear that up in race control.
They did. They did.
Good. Good on them.
And you see he just barely taps the wall to the inside there. Oh, we're under our second caution here tonight at Pocono. 26 laps in the book. We're going to go and take a quick commercial break here on GridVision. Stay right here. We'll take it to the end of stage number 2.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
And we welcome you back here to Pocono Raceway. Caution just came out here a couple of laps ago for Jordan Probst taking a ride down pit road. An involuntary pit stop, as I like to call it. But everyone did come down pit road. Everyone's on fresh tires. Joseph Causey, Ed Shearer Jr. up front. Levi McCarty, Andrew Chapman, row number 2. Jacob Denson, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Evan Knopp has moved up into the 6th spot after starting 17th tonight. And we are coming to a restart as we head down towards turn number 2.
Tell you what, man, it seems like here the past few weeks, Evan has just found his way up into the picture. The later we get into these things. It always comes out of absolute nowhere, too.
Yeah, and you wonder if Evan Knopp was able to do the entire season. Do you think he'd be up here in the championship battle?
I don't have a doubt of it in my mind. Because from what I've seen of him working his way through the field, just about every week that he has been out here, I feel like he could put a good, put himself into a position to be in that top 4 at the end of the season.
Yeah, he's another driver not in the playoffs, but we thought could have had a chance as we're coming off of turn number 3. Pace truck going to make the left turn down onto the safety of pit road. He's going to be back in the hands of Joseph Causey as they enter the Geico restart zone. Green flag back out in the air here at Pocono Raceway, and Causey does it again. Another massive jump for that 88 truck. He's going to hop up in front of the 71 of Ed Shearer Jr. Levi McCarty thinking about a move to the inside of the 71 of Ed Shearer Jr. Not quite close enough. But here comes Andrew Chapman. He's going to think to the middle. 3 wide here for second spot for just 1 second. But off of turn number 2, or excuse me, turn number 1, Ed Shearer Jr. is going to get a pretty good run. He's going to look to the inside for the lead down into turn number 2.
Ed Shearer Jr. dives it down to the bottom. He's going to clear Causey before they get into turn 2. And Causey's stuck on the bottom here with Chapman charging on the outside. Not going to be able to get the tire down, though.
Andrew Chapman around the outside of Joseph Causey, now looking to the back end of the 71 of Ed Shearer Jr. down into turn number 3. Chapman clears Causey for that second spot, and now Chapman looking to get himself a pretty good run off of turn number 3 to maybe make a look at a move down into turn number 1 on the 71 of Ed Shearer Jr. A couple of guys getting loose further back on in the field. Jacob Denson to the inside of the 7 of Jason Miz is what we're looking at here, and Denson going to lose the spot. Here comes Derek Grigsby to the inside of the 79.
Well, you can get the run on him all you want, but I got a good feeling that as soon as Chapman gets down to the bottom, Causey's going to use that little bit of separation to build a run up to the back of Shearer and push him to the lead and keep him kind of defending, because we saw it last stage where it was the other way around and Shearer was helping Causey. I just think these two are trading off the stage wins here and trying to get each other situated well on the points so they can battle it out at the end of the season.
Andrew Chapman showed the nose to the inside of Ed Shearer Jr. down at turn number 2. I don't think he had any intentions of making a move there, but at least he showed the nose to say, hey, Ed, you're not going to get away with this one that easily. But further back, Jacob Denson still looking to the inside of Jason Miz, and now Ed Shearer Jr. up front trying to break the draft from the 25 of Andrew Chapman. Evan Knopp looking to the inside of Joseph Causey, but down at the turn number 1. going to give the bumper to the 71. The 25 of Andrew Chapman is, but Evan Knopp not able to get the move for third spot done quite yet off of turn number 1. He's going to sneak back up into the draft of the 88 of Joseph Causey, who's got the draft of both Ed Sheeran Jr. and Andrew Chapman down in the turn number 2.
I'll tell you what, Chapman is so fast right now, but I just do not see that being sustained. I've been watching him drive around here the past couple laps, and he's, using a little too much of the track, if you know what I mean. I think he's really burned up them tires just a little bit, and it's going to come back and bite him real quick. You see him skew it out coming into turn 3 here, but it's going to give him a good run out of 3.
Off of turn number 3, he does have said good run. Does Joseph Causey look to the inside to make a move, or is he just going to bump draft the 25 of Chapman? Looks like he's going to stick with the 25 for now, just try to catch back up to the 71 of Ed Sheeran Jr. Down on the turn number 1, Causey using that wide arcing line. You see further back, Levi McCarty all the way up almost into that third groove through turn number 1, but for the moment, it looks like Ed Sheeran Jr. is starting to slightly pull away from the 25 of Andrew Chapman.
And we also have side-by-side going into turn 2 here. Andrew Lemke on the outside of, I think that's Andrew Pendergrass. And Lemke's going to get the run coming out of turn 2 and completely clear him as soon as I start to talk about it.
The outside of turn number 2, that is a bold strategy, Cotton.
If you've got the fortitude to run it, though, you can really catch a lot of people sleeping, because a lot of people back up the bottom line of turn 2 to try and save tires, or just because they're afraid of the corner, because it's a pretty spooky corner to go into full bore. If you can get up there on the top and get a good rundown, you can just dust them down that second straightaway.
There's nothing like going into that corner in a cup car at 197 miles an hour.
Is that what they're doing in the next gen?
Not in the next gen.
Because that Gen 7 turn 2, man, that was some of the most white knuckle moments I've ever had on the sim.
Oh yeah, they're doing like 186 down to the turn number 2 at Pocono, and it is scary. Scary is the one word I would use for that.
It was great, man. On that old tire model, you go in there and you didn't know what the thing was going to do. You just kind of turned the wheel, lifted, and prayed.
Yeah. Ed Sheeran Jr. now trying to break the draft again from the 25 of Andrew Chapman, going all over the road, all the way down into the bottom line to try and break this draft here. Chapman sticks with it, and he's going to take it all the way up into that second groove. Causey thought about making a move to the inside. He's going to stick with it off of turn number 1. Causey going to keep the move for now, and Ed Sheeran Jr. is going to go down and help Joseph Causey with the draft. Chapman, though, had a pretty decent run, but Causey is still going to be to the inside through turn number 2. And this is going to get tight, boys. Y'all better clear this up before turn number 3, but it looks like they're going to keep it going.
Chapman with a nice run down the back straightaway, but Causey's going to get that low line dive into turn 3. Not quite able to clear him on entry. Chapman's going to fight back hard on the outside, though, coming out of 3. And McCarty's in this battle, too. He's just trying to figure out which one he wants to push to the front.
Even McCarty sitting there with a bucket of popcorn. What are you talking about? Chapman now chops off the nose of the 88 of Joseph Causey, trying to break that draft. He's going to hop back up in front of the 21 of Levi McCarty. Down in the turn number 1, Causey again looking into the inside of the 25 of Andrew Chapman. Levi McCarty to the outside of the 88 of Joseph Causey. They're going to get a big run here, and Andrew Chapman going to go down and help the 88 of Joseph Causey. He was losing ground big time to the 21 of Levi McCarty, and Andrew Chapman hops back up in front of the 21 through turn 2.
Chapman back down to the bottom. McCarty going to fall back in line behind Causey. Everything goes single file, calm out just a little bit here because everybody kind of burned off their, what little bit they had to make a run with there. And Miz with a deep dive down into turn number 3.
Jason Miz to the inside of the 63 of Evan Knopp for 4th spot. Nope, 5th spot. One of the spots. But Miz thought about the move, didn't quite have the gusto to get it done, and is now going to work on trying to get back up to the 63 of Evan Knopp, who's looking to the inside of the 21 of Levi McCarty through turn 1. Off the corner, though, Levi McCarty looks like he's got himself a pretty good run, and Chapman is starting to drop the 88 of Joseph Causey and is starting to close that gap just a little bit to the 71 of Ed Sheeran Jr.
Yeah, Kazi's been doing a really good job here of saving his tires. I noticed at the beginning of this run, he kind of gave up a couple of positions just as he could, you know, back it down, keep them things cool, keep him burning them out, because he wants to be faster at the end of this run.
He does want to be faster, but how worth it is it to save when you got 9 to go, coming to 8 to go here in stage number 2? Andrew Pendergrass just got dead sideways off of turn number 3. Kept it all straight, but he was sideways off of turn number 3, as it looks like for the moment, everyone has decided to try and single file out for just a moment and log some laps.
I think personally Kazi's trying to set himself up for another win here.
Yeah, that'd be an easy way to get a pretty good buffer.
Yeah, I just don't think he's too worried about the stages. He's got a lot of stage points already. He's got a handful of wins. I think he's just, you know, playing it cool, playing it smart, keep those tires safe, and, you know, let Chapman go out there and race the tar out of Scherer.
Yeah, and try to stop Ed Scherer Jr. from going 4 in a row here. He is in a really good spot to do it right now, but well, we still got, what, 50 laps to go?
A long race here, man.
60 to go. I can't do math. Either way, though, 60 laps is a really long run here at Pocono. That's at least a pit stop. Minimum 2. Or, well, minimum 1, possibly 2. Just further back, you see some guys getting pretty sideways off of turn number 1 there. Turn number 1 seems to be... Oh, Levi McCarty just smacked the wall off of turn number 2. And when I say smacked, I mean he walloped that wall.
Oh, we got something different up front here. Ed Scherer Jr. run up on the top now, trying to build that momentum down the straightaway to pull away from Chapman.
See how well it works. We know how powerful the draft can be here at Pocono. It does not look like Andrew Chapman has that run he needs to get up to Ed Scherer Jr. down in the turn number 1. He's going to show the nose anyway. Ed Scherer Jr. going to be running all the way up next to the wall to get a really good run. Chapman, though, he has the nose off of turn number 1. He's going to go up and try to side draft the 71 of Scherer Jr. Doesn't quite have the ability to do that, as down in the turn number 2, Scherer is going to pull about 100th of a second there on Andrew Chapman from where they were at the entry of turn number 1. As it looks like Scherer Jr. has got that outside line dialed here at Pocono.
Just a really weird move. I don't know why he'd be going up there to the top, especially in turn 1, because turn 1 up top is just so dang tricky. I'd be sticking to the bottom, honestly.
It looks like it's working as he does the same thing off of turn number 3. And it gained him about 0.03 of a second before Chapman starts gaining back with the draft. It's pretty much a stalemate between these two. Chapman, though, going to send a deep dive bomb down on the turn number 1, about the same spot he was last time. Does he have enough to side draft Ed Scherer Jr.? Does not look like it.
Oh, yeah, he got him. He's pulling him back
maybe
here.
He did. To the inside, Andrew Chapman almost had it, but Scherer Jr. able to send it in just a little bit deeper. Wow, that got close with the outside wall. Chapman now looking to the outside, but Ed Scherer Jr. is going to actually take the inside line here. Chapman going to be running a little bit higher of a line, maybe going to try to get a run here. Oh, look at this. That gap is dropping big time. Chapman's got the move down into turn number 1.
Depends on what Ed does, though. How aggressive is he going to block it? We are getting to the end of the stage here. Just a couple more laps.
Oh, he bump drafted him. He didn't even make the move. I think he's waiting. Oh, man.
Ed diving it to cut the draft.
Cutting the draft at Pocono. 41 laps complete here. Excuse me, 40 laps complete as they head down into turn number 2 on lap number 41. Oh, Kazi caught that apron just a little bit. Seems to be hooking up that 88 truck.
Kazi's going to run the top here in 3. And McCarty's even higher up the track than him.
Evan Knopp looks like he's got a pretty good chance at a move here. Chapman lost a couple of tenths of a second to Ed Sheeran Jr. from last time by. For reference, last lap, the gap is about 0.07 of a second. It's sitting at about just over 0.2. You see Evan Knopp to the inside of this 21 of Levi McCarty. But McCarty making that outside line work. He's keeping that 4th spot for now.
Yeah, it cycled back down to the bottom here. Now you see how much that dirty play is affecting the 25 of Chapman. Really pushing him back.
I'm surprised Chapman didn't make the move to the inside when he had the run a couple of laps ago. Turn number 4 just completed. Oh, good.
I just don't think he trusts the bottom to be potent enough to actually get the job done.
Yeah, that's fair. Ooh, does Chapman have a little bit of damage? Yeah, he does. Chapman hit the wall at one point in this race. We're here on the front stretch. Here comes Kevin Dick to the inside of the 79 of Jacob Denson. That is for 7th position. Dixon's a pretty deep dive bomb. Ooh, that got tight.
Yeah, that's your pole sitter back there way far back in the pack.
Yeah, he's trying to fight up. He missed his pit stall on that first set of pit stops, so he's working to try and fight his way back up and get back up into this lead battle.
And I swear, if that man can just put the full thing together, good clean race without any mistakes, I swear to you, he's got the speed, he's got the pace to be up there battling for the win.
Yeah, we go back to New Hampshire, and he was trading blows with Mark Whitley left and right. For that race, that was his best chance, I feel like. But then a late penalty kind of screwed the 52. But you're right. If he puts the race together, he's definitely got a chance. But we've got 2 to go here in the stage. And it's just a matter of can Andrew Chapman get back up to the 71 of Ed Sheeran Jr. in time.
I don't think it's possible this late in the game. I think Chapman's really burned his stuff off, and I think that Ed playing with him, running the top, got him to send it just a little bit harder, put a little bit extra heat in them tires, and I think he just burned himself off trying to get to him.
Oh, Jordan Probst down pit road. Looks like a scheduled pit stop. Joshua Lucas right behind him. He came in a little bit hot. Oh, Andrew Lemke as well. Down pit road. Looks like he about looped it. But we are on the white flag for stage number 1. Ed Sheeran Jr. is starting to pull away from Andrew Chapman. Gap's at 0.4 right now. And it looks like it seems to be growing as they head down into turn number 2, the tunnel turn. Yeah, that gap is growing. Chapman burned his stuff off. I don't know if he backed off or if he just hit the cliff right now, but Ed Sheeran Jr. is putting a pretty decent gap on him here. He's off of turn number 3. Ed Sheeran Jr. going to take stage number 2 and get himself a playoff point here for the High Slide Racing League Truck Series playoff opener as Levi McCarty comes down pit road as well. Remember, no caution breaks at all here for these guys, so pit road is going to become very, very busy here within the next couple of laps, if it already isn't.
Yeah, it's about time. This guy, I guarantee you, these guys don't have fumes in the tanks at this point.
Yeah, they've been running since about lap 26. Am I crazy in saying that?
No, it was right after the stage, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was. Actually, no. Yeah, lap 26 was their last pit stop, so seems to be that 20 laps is about the limit these guys can do as here comes Andrew Chapman, Joseph Causey, Evan Knopp, Jason Miz.
Oh, contact on pit road.
Oh! Joseph Causey overshot that big time. Jordan Berry has a black flag. Andrew Lemke also has a black flag, but Causey has not gotten one yet.
He locked it up, but he made heavy contact with the right front of Andrew Chapman. coming in.
Wow. Oh. How on earth did Joseph Kazi not get a speeding penalty for that?
I don't know, but he can be very. He can thank God for the fact that we don't have flat spots in iRacing, because that'd be a long, painful crawl down pit road if we did.
Oh, he was actually under pit road speed. Somehow he was doing 50, even though he's getting pushed by Andrew Chapman. As here comes Ed Shearer. Oh, that may have been a little tight for Ed Shearer Jr.
And Kevin Dick behind him.
Nope, Ed Shearer Jr. made it down safely.
Chapman throwing a block on Causey. Causey's going to dive it back down to the bottom in turn 2, though. Oh,
Causey to the inside. And he keeps it. Here comes Levi McCarty now. He's looking for a move here. To the inside now. Looks like Jordan Probst is coming back through as well. Probst, though, this is for position. Jordan Probst back up into this battle for the top 5.
Ooh,
off of turn number 3. Here comes Ed Shearer, or Kevin Dick off of pit road. What happened to Ed Shearer Jr.? He just lost a lot of time.
I think he might have missed his box.
He's still going to get out in front of these guys. But how did Kevin Dick jump him by so much? Yeah, 14-second pit stop. He overshot. Kevin Dick, though, is the... Oh, 2 tires for Kevin Dick.
Huh. Might work. Probably not, though. Oh, yeah, Ed is reeling him in like crazy already. 3/10 knocked out of that in just one corner.
Yeah, that is... 2 tires was not the call.
Know, if you're Kevin, though, at the same time, you've got to try something different. Try to find some kind of way to put yourself in the lead and hope that, you know, maybe we get a caution or something works your way. Because he wasn't winning as far back as he was.
We just crossed 50 to go a couple of laps ago. That rhymed. Well, potent, I didn't even know it. Can rhyme on a dime.
Yeah, go does rhyme with go.
Yeah.
Can we get the golf clap, please?
Hold on. Where is it? There we go.
We got to hear it.
Yeah, we get to hear it on Discord, but we don't use Discord for our audio processing anymore. We use Video Ninja.
Because Austin said we sounded like crap.
I wasn't going to go that far, but okay.
Oh, he says it to me every time. I think he just doesn't like my voice.
I don't like your voice either.
It's weird. I get paid for it. Man,
I do too.
really hit the bottom of the barrel when y'all got me.
I guess so.
Ed Shearer Jr. has knocked that 2.5-second lead down to 7/10 here in turn 1 and closing rapidly down the back straightaway.
Levi McCarty went to the inside of Jordan Probst for position. That was for 5th. But yeah, Shearer Jr. is closing and closing rapidly on the 52 of Kevin Dick.
He's going to get him right here coming into turn 3. And yes, he's going for it. He's going to charge down to the bottom here coming into turn 3. No contest. Just rifles right by Kevin Dick for the lead position. And here comes Chapman right behind him.
Yeah, Chapman is closing even quicker. Yeah, this is going to be an easy move for the 25 of Andrew Chapman. He's closing back in on Ed Shearer Jr. I'm not saying that there's a chance Chapman, or let me rephrase that. I'm not saying there's not a chance Chapman can catch him, but you got to wonder if Andrew Chapman is pushing a little bit too hard here.
Well, I'll say this. Andrew is really fast. But also at the same time, he sends it.
He does.
I would not be surprised because, you know, we've seen Ed out here and we see Causey just lurking in the back on a nice little Sunday cruise now in 3rd place. You know, waving at his family as he drives by him on the front straightaway here. You see, there he is, pan out the window. You know,
pretty sure
he's just back there saving tires.
Pretty sure that was a 1-finger wave at somebody.
Oh, probably at you.
Yeah, probably.
He said you don't talk about me enough.
He's probably doing it at you because Kazi's not from Pennsylvania. He's from Alabama.
No, his family came out to visit. Watch the race. You mean people can't leave states?
I never said that.
That's what you said. You said
When did I say that?
He said, when you said his family's not from Pennsylvania. No, I didn't say his family's from Pennsylvania. I'm trying to start a fight up here.
Yes, I am. Fight me.
Well, it's not going to work.
Right here, right now.
I'm holding a baby.
Oh. Oh.
A little aggression in the pack right now.
Yeah. Andrew Lemke not happy with somebody. In the midst of our longest green flag run to this point, closing in on 30 laps for this green flag run, expecting at least 2 more pit stops for these guys because these guys did between 20 and 22 laps. Wait a minute, I'm blind. We're closing in on 40. What am I talking? I can't do math.
Man, I can tell that they defunded the public school system between when I graduated in 14 and when you started high school.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, my Lord. Them budget cuts,
Oh, and
man,
here's the
bring it
funny
back.
thing. Here's the funny thing. In the state of Texas, they're going to 4-day school weeks now.
I'm not going to make any comments because I'm not going to say anything about anybody from Texas. I like my life.
We get it, Darby. You live in a country that actually... Never mind. I'm not going to finish that.
Darby, you're still in school? What are you, a doctor? Must be nice.
Yeah, it must be nice.
We didn't even get snow breaks where I live because it
Me
don't
neither.
snow.
Me neither.
It's talking about how they went out and built Frosty the Snowman and stuff.
Heck, we went to school in the middle of a tornado warning. And they're like, yeah, suck it up. Bring it in.
Yeah, did that. Flooding. It's great. Hurricane.
Flooding, straight rain. I even went to school in the middle of a squall line. It was hailing on the way to school. And they're like, yep, still coming. We don't care. I remember one time, mid-school day, we had another squall line come through and the power went out for like 6 hours and they still kept us in school.
That's gotta be great, being in school with a bunch of, sweaty dang kids with no air conditioning.
That sucked.
That's gotta be terrible.
Nope, it was horrible.
It's
I mean,
like
they canceled classes and just put us in the gym, but ugh, it was even worse than the gym.
flashbacks to Comic-Con. I went there.
Why would you subject yourself to that horror?
Oh, I didn't go there, but I made the joke. Oh, Probst got the wall just a little bit coming out of turn 2.
Yeah, it looks like everyone's starting to calm down just a little bit and really try to start logging some laps here.
Yeah, everybody but Miz as he dives down the inside of Kevin Dick, charges right by him in turn 3. Kevin really got hurt by that strategy.
I was going to say, wait a minute, what happened to Kevin Dick? And I just completely forgot that he took 2 tires.
Might as well have rims on the left side of that thing.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, to be fair, the left side tires don't really wear.
Yeah, but once they build pressure, it just completely throws the balance out the window.
That's true.
I don't know. We might have it's looking pretty likely that we could have our 4 time here.
Yeah, he's starting to pull away from Andrew Chapman.
And Causey.
And with the way things are starting to spread out, what are the likelihoods we see another caution?
It'd be terrible if we just talked about it, though, and, he had the whole Kyle Larson experience in turn 3 on the last lap.
Or was it Bowman that blew a tire in turn 3 on the last lap?
Nope. Larson going for 4 in a row.
It was Larson. Okay. I swear I remember Alex Bowman blowing a tire coming to a win.
No, Bowman won because Larson blew a tire.
Ah, that's what it was.
Oh!
Okay. Oh, wow. Jacob Denson all over the road.
checked up just to get to keep it off of Probst, because Probst looked like he slid just a little bit there coming out turn 1, and Denson just about sent it to the inside wall.
Yeah, he did. He kept it straight though. I think he's gonna need a change of underwear at the next pit stop.
I thought those skid marks were coming from the tires. I was wrong.
Oh, Levi McCarty has his own moment off of turn number 3.
He's just adjusting it. No, and here down to the inside comes Probst coming into turn 1 on the inside of McCarty, and he's going to charge it down into turn 1, and man, just cleared him like he wasn't even there.
Easy move there for the 91 of Jordan Probst.
Also, another new week, another new paint scheme for Probst.
Oh, here comes McCarty
diving
back
to the bottom. McCarty's going to clear him coming into 2.
Yeah, McCarty back up into that 4th spot. Making a name for Mr. Consistency. I swear he's been in the top 5 the last 6 races.
Yeah, very few are as consistent as McCarty. Very rarely DNFs gets caught up in incidents. It's always floating around that 3rd to 6th place bubble. Yeah, every week, that consistency pays off at some point.
Yeah, and I kind of worded that wrong. I meant to say that Levi McCarty, I don't think has left the top 5 in the last 6 races.
No, he hasn't. He's been solid all year, really.
Mr. Consistency.
He's eating his Wheaties, that's for sure.
Wait a minute, Wheaties still exist?
Yeah.
I swear, I never see a box of Wheaties in the grocery store. Oh, Chapman just smacked the wall off of turn number 3. That's going to give Chapman, or excuse me, Causey an opportunity to go for the 2nd spot down in a turn number 2. Yeah, Chapman just tore the wall down off of 3. I think he's conceding that battle of trying to catch Ed Shearer Jr.
Yeah, I'm wondering how bad the damage is on the right side. If he got any. He's going to make contact earlier. A little bit of contact with Causey on pit road there on that last stop. Not been a terrible day for Chapman, but not the best at the same time.
Yeah, Chapman's been up front a good chunk of the day so far, but just hasn't had the speed to be able to fight what Ed Shearer Jr. is doing right now. I mean, Ed Shearer Jr., he's running a solid couple of tenths a lap faster than everyone on track. I mean, Shearer Jr. just ran a 243, a 55, 243 to a 472 for Joseph Causey. Joshua Lucas, Kevin Dick, and Derek Grigsby down pit road.
Thing I will say for Chapman, he's been bringing a lot of speed here consistently the past couple weeks. They're there for a little bit in the midsection of the season. He kind of seemed like he was on an island, and here recently he's really honed it back in and reeled himself back up here to the front. He's been running really good races as of late.
Yeah, we haven't seen this level of consistency from Chapman since the start of this season. You remember a lap back to Las Vegas to open the season. He was one of the dominating trucks that night and just got screwed over by some late strategy. If I remember correctly, that race was a fuel mileage race, and here comes Chapman down pit road.
Yeah, he's really been doing a good job honing his craft here and just clicking together some really good top 5 runs. Got a handful more on pit road.
Levi McCarty,
Denson.
Jacob Denson, Evan Knopp. Here comes Z Collins down pit road. Looks like this pit stop cycle is going a little bit short of 20 laps here. A head scratcher here.
I think they're just trying to fit in enough to make it to the end. I think they've just gotten to the window. I mean, also, this series runs at 60% fuel, so.
Then there would be no way that they could make it to the end from here, because the longest run we've seen is 20 laps. These guys have got...
Push it to the end.
Yeah, these guys got north of 30 to go. I got it right this time. I didn't hear Darby cuss me out, so that's good.
No, he's cussing you. He just didn't want to say it this time.
That's fair. He just got sick and
Yeah.
tired of hearing me talk, so he just probably deafened himself or something like that.
Yeah, he just sent me a message on Facebook saying, "Man, this guy again."
Yeah. Doesn't surprise me. That's fair. Gotta give Darby that.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Not even gonna say what he said. I'll just leave y'all guessing.
Yeah.
He could
That's
be
terrible.
making pancakes right now. Could be building a Lego Millennium Falcon set. Who knows?
I mean, I guess now's as good a time as any to talk about the penalties again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Go
we're
back
gonna
to
come
the
back to it.
Austin Dillon
I don't-
controversy.
I don't remember where the heck we were, but
Something about Denny Hamlin being hurt. I think if I remember correctly.
yeah. But also at the same time, in all fairness, I think Denny could step on a Lego and break his back. That dude has been injured more times than any, but no. What happened?
Oh no! All 3 Denny Hamlin fans are fuming now.
Look, man, how many times has he had to sub because he hurt himself? Whether it's basketball,
Well,
soccer.
I mean, Post Auto Club was fair because he did
Yeah.
literally break like 3 discs in his back.
Yeah, that one understood. But, I mean, Denny's rough on himself too, physically.
Yeah.
Dude doesn't give up on anything.
I mean, granted though, I mean, do you really blame him for being hurt after that wreck at Richmond?
no, not a bit.
'Cause, I mean, that was a hard hit.
yeah.
Oh, here
no,
comes
when
Ed
you,
Sheeran Jr. down pit road. Timeout on this real quick. Ed Sheeran Jr. coming down pit road. Oh, Causey.
That's speeding.
Brother.
There's no way. Oh my gosh.
Causey. All right, let's play a game of how fast was Joseph Causey doing at pit line? And survey says 73 miles an hour in a 55. Yep, that's a criminal speeding ticket. 'Cause I'm pretty sure in the state of Pennsylvania, it's 20 over is a criminal speeding ticket.
Causey's been having some issues the past handful of weeks. I don't know what it is, man. He's been not finishing races like he was earlier in the year.
Both Causey fans are crying right now.
And Joseph Causey and Joseph Causey's cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Ed
great.
Sheeran Jr. falls behind the 25 of Andrew Chapman for the moment, but guarantee you this will not last long.
No.
Pit cycles going on here at Pocono Raceway. 65 out of 97 complete here from the Pocono Raceway. Opening round here of the High Slide Racing League Truck Series playoffs. If you're just now joining us, you haven't really missed that much. A couple of cautions earlier on in this event, but they've been green since, I think, lap 26. So we're pulling up on, 40 laps now, I think? Yeah, 40 laps now of straight green flag running, and things have gotten pretty spread out, but we just had some pit stops happen. Andrew Chapman jumped Ed Sheeran Jr., but 66 laps in the books here. We're going to go ahead and take huh?
It's 30, buddy.
Huh? Is
What
it?
is 6? What is 9 minus 6?
I said we're coming up on 40 laps of green.
Oh, I thought you said you were coming up before.
Are you dumb? Actually, don't answer that. I already know the answer to that.
All right, let's do the thing.
All right. Well, now that we've lost the half brain cell we had, thank you, Sheldon Adkins. We're going to go ahead and take a commercial break here with 30 to go. There you go, Sheldon. Stay right here. Actually, hold on. Oh, never mind.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
And we welcome you back here to Pocono Raceway, 71 out of 97 complete. Before we went to commercial, you saw Ed Sheeran Jr., or as we were going to commercial, I should say, you saw Ed Sheeran Jr. make a pass for the lead on Andrew Chapman. Why do I get the feeling Andrew Chapman took 2 tires?
Chapman put a couple laps earlier, though, didn't he?
He did. No, he didn't. Okay. Then why the heck is he losing so much time?
Maybe Chapman's actually trying to save a little bit of tire here.
There's a chance, but I mean, these two have been dog walking the field all day. And we're expecting at least one more pit stop here. Very confusing.
Or he could be trying to save fuel.
You have me curious now. Hold on.
I'm not sure exactly what the mileage is this week. There's a possibility that he could be trying to stretch it so he can make it. Because he has given up a lot of time on the straightaways here. Like, you're not seeing it so much in the corners, but the straightaways where he's really getting pulled.
No, he's not. At least not in a turn 1, and it doesn't look like he's fuel saving in a turn 2 either. Survey says probably tire saving.
Also, he doesn't have, Causey on his tail pushing him to drive harder than he probably wanted to at this point either, because Causey, with that penalty, is way back in the field.
Yeah, he's down at 13s, 42 seconds off of Ed Sheeran Jr.
Probably wishing they'd put a couple less laps on the board for this one.
Yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure this race is 17 laps longer than the real truck race was, if I am not mistaken. And I guess we could start talking about next week's or this week's NASCAR race at Michigan. You want to start talking about that?
Yeah, sure.
I'm excited about that because, I'm a Chris Buescher fan, and Buescher's actually pretty good at Michigan.
No,
so.
I was about to say, I'm expecting the return of the Buescher.
Please, for the love of God.
I'm expecting the Topher. I'm expecting Christopher Buescher to get the win.
Honestly, I feel like RFK in general is going to be really good at Michigan, because I feel like Brad Keselowski is always really good there too.
Well, that track is the top of Jack Roush's priority list too, though.
That is true, because that is the home of GM.
Everybody.
So, well, yeah, everyone,
Ford,
but mainly GM.
And Jack always takes that battle seriously.
Oh yeah, and I wonder if anything is going to happen between Logano/Denny and Dillon at Michigan.
If it happens,
I saw a pretty screwed up meme.
Yep, I saw it too.
Yeah, are you sure?
Flip?
Yep.
Yeah. No, if it happens there, somebody needs to be suspended for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Not at
Pull
a
a
track
good
that you
old
go to.
2013 Kyle Busch, and Kyle Busch should be parked for the rest of this race, if not, in fact, the season. Was that
I agree
2013?
with that statement too. 2009, I want to say it was.
All right, YouTube, come here.
So when Hornaday was still competitive for championships.
Was it Ron Hornaday?
Right now, side-by-side battle coming out turn 1. Levi McCarty on the inside of Barry.
We were both wrong. It was 2011. But
Mm.
we'll get our eyes back on this battle here. Jacob
Barry's
Denson
got
to the inside.
Right now, Barry's just at the mercy of that right front fender damage that he got earlier in this race. Oh, and he gets a huge
he's in the
shot
wall
from Probe.
again. Probst had to check up big time there. He's going to get to the inside of the 18 of Barry. Does he have the momentum? Yeah, oh yeah, easily. Yeah, Jordan Barry is just struggling with that right front damage. Either way, though, that is still really impressive for Jordan Barry. Here comes Knopp to the inside now. That's still really impressive for Jordan Barry, someone who has all 4 tires in the air at one point in this
almost
race.
did a cartwittle on the front straightaway.
Yeah, almost did a cartwheel. Honestly, I think he probably could have kept going if he would have blown over and flipped there.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, would have been really cool. Pulling a Rick Crawford back in, what,
Oh,
2003
yeah,
at Daytona?
I was going to say, I'm not going to say the name, but I saw somebody do that one here at Daytona. It was pretty cool.
Rick Crawford.
Yep. Don't stop saying that name.
Why?
Google it after the race. Not a good fella. Chapman's way ahead of these guys behind him.
Yeah. Ed Sherritt Jr. is dog walking these guys.
I think at this point, Sherritt's turned, flipped the switch. He's on full kill at this point.
Oh.
He looked it up.
Oh.
Yep. Anyway, back to the race.
Okay. I don't know how to feel about that. Very angry, but that. Okay, back to the race. Oh, here comes Jordan Probst down pit road. I think now we're officially in the can make it to the end from here range.
Looking like it. He's got a bunch of guys starting to dive it down. Sherritt Jr. out to a 6-second lead right now over Andrew Chapman with third place Levi McCarty, 9 seconds back from them. Denson hounding him right now. Denson's also somebody we don't talk about a lot. Runs pretty good, consistent, right around that top 5 range too. Looking good and strong tonight all over the back end of McCarty as they come out of turn 2.
Yeah, that Jacob Denson's also. Oh well, never mind. I'm tired. That's my excuse. What's yours? Here comes Levi McCarty. Jacob Denson down pit road. Ooh. For the moment, everyone makes it down. Ooh, Grigsby may have been a little bit hot getting into the pit road.
Just about everybody's down there too.
Yeah.
I got a good feeling Cher is going to stay out here as long as he possibly can. So that's just been the move for him tonight. We look at Evan Knopp sitting in third place. Jason Miz behind him, a couple seconds back and forth.
Yeah, Jason Miz has been another quietly good driver this season.
The only thing that's been bad for Miz is he's just had really bad luck. If it could be something that he could get caught in, he has somehow found his way into it. No fault to his own in most cases.
Got some more guys coming down pit road. Evan Knopp, Jason Miz. Next one's down pit road.
And Sherritt Jr. putting the 32 machine a lap down here.
Levi McCarty got really loose there off of turn number 2.
Somebody knocked the wall down behind them.
I've been Derek Grigsby. Not the only one in the same zip code as these guys right now. Yeah, it was.
Yep. Chapman's on pit road now.
All right, I think we're at the point where it's safe to say if you're betting against that Shara Jr. right now, you need your betting privileges revoked.
I mean, look, man. Nobody else has been able to get 3 in a row. The odds are still not necessarily stacked in his favor.
Yeah, he's gonna. Looks like if it were to end right now, he'd be the only person this season to go 4 in a row. Still crazy to me that we've had 3 drivers get 3 wins in a row. It looks like Ed Shearer Jr. deciding to come down pit road. Hand out the window here. This man's got pit road dialed here. That's just so satisfying to watch. Of a turn, or Andrew Pendergrass is, I believe the. Ooh, here comes Kevin Dick. He's up with Andrew Chapman now. That's going to be for overall second place once pit stops cycle out here. These guys are coming off of turn number 2. Pendergrass just came off of turn number 3 crossing the start-finish line now. Ed Shearer Jr. coming off a pit. Oh, man, this ain't even going to be close. And heck, Andrew Pendergrass just barely beat Ed Shearer Jr. off a pit road.
I don't know how long that's going to last.
Not very long. So I'm assuming we're getting out of the range of Ed Shearer Jr. is dog working these boys. I think we're getting to the, he's taking him to the Gapplebees right now.
Man, if I knew we were going to Gapplebees, I would have gotten dressed up for this.
Yeah. Gapplebees, the most esteemed restaurant in Pocono history. Or something like that. I don't know.
Something.
So there's Gapplebees and then there's Lapplebees when you lap the whole field, but we haven't seen that ever in the highest slide racing league truck series.
Lapping the field at Pocono, man. I'd hate to see how long a race that would be.
Oof.
Pendergrass on pit road now. Going to cycle Kevin Dick into second place with Andrew Chapman right behind him by 0.2 for third.
Yeah, Pendergrass is going to fall way back here. Probably, 12th, maybe even 13th.
Oh, here he is. He's looking to the inside. Chapman on the inside coming into turn 2.
Yeah, Chapman's got him.
Kevin's not even going to fight it.
Nah.
That's one thing about Kevin. He's real respectful. He knows if he's been beat, he's just going to let you have it. No need to fight for it and hold us both up.
Real I think he's just going to... I think he's just going to sit in the draft. Here comes Joseph Causey down pit road.
Oh,
don't get another speeding penalty. Yeah, looks like he's good. Your domination. I mean, there's no other word I think I can use. I think I've used all the acronyms I can use for the absolute butt kicking Ed Shearer Jr.'s put on right now.
Honestly, are we sure that that's actually Ed behind the wheel and it's not Whitley on an alternate?
Here's a funny story. I've actually had that happen once. Well, not with those two guys, but I've been in a league race where somebody had a friend of his race for him, and nobody noticed until like halfway through the race. But story is, this is Chicago street course last year in this 100% Cup Series league I was running, and the person, I'm not going to name any names here, but the person who normally runs is not good at road courses. Well, I say not good, but He's not the fastest you could be at a road course, I guess is a better way to put it. He's fast, but not like crazy fast. And he had his friend race on his account for that race. He's just so he could try to get a win. And here's the thing. The guy that normally has that account, he hadn't raced a race at Chicago Street Course that week at all. Barely did any practice for the race. And we get into qualifying, and I'm one of the fastest guys in the field. And I have pole position up until like 10 seconds to go left in qualifying. And then guess whose name shoots up at the top of the time boards and beats me by 0.6 of a second. And I'm sitting here like, hold on.
I want to know.
Something ain't right.
Who was it?
I'm not saying names. Not saying names. I'll text you after the race, but I'm not saying names over the air. Like I said, I'm not going to say names because, yeah. Just not going to say names, but I can text it to you all right now. Why not?
There we go. I'll read it out loud.
Jesus.
It's Sure Jr. now with a 7, almost, well, just might as well make that an 8-second gap to Chapman in second place right now. Chapman under fire by Kevin Dick. Falling back just a little bit behind him.
And Kevin Dick is starting to fall off just a little bit, it looks like, of Andrew Chapman. Hasn't quite had the draft broken just yet, but feel like it's coming. 10 to go, though, here at Pocono.
Up to a healthy 5th place. Cycling through the field here. Lucas in 9th place right now. Pretty quiet race for him.
And Joshua Lucas he's been pretty surprising today. I mean, he's usually between 10th and 15th most nights. He's up here running 9th. I feel like that's a pretty good night for that 32 machine.
He's done a good job keeping it clean, staying out of trouble. Another one of those guys just kind of ends up in other people's wrongdoings, and it's out here running a good, clean race. It's good for that momentum, good for that confidence. Just get out there, keep it clean, and finish in the top 10.
And here's the funny thing. We talk about Levi McCarty being so consistent and staying in the top 5. He's running 8th.
Yeah. Couple taps.
Commentator's curse for the win.
Couple taps against the wall. And it's one of those tracks where it's really easy to get behind.
'89 out of 97 laps complete. As if I even need to say it, Ed Sheeran Jr. dominating to this point. Got 8.5 second lead, give or take, over Andrew Chapman at 20 in the 25, sitting down in 2nd spot. He's been chased down by Kevin Dick, Jacob Dinson in 4th, Evan Knopp rounding out your top 5. Jordan Probst, Jason Miz, Levi McCarty, all under a blanket in 6th, 7th, and 8th. Joshua Lucas in 9th, and Derek Grigsby rounds out your top 10 at the moment. And it looks like your closest battle right now would be Andrew Chapman and Kevin Dick.
I don't know if that's that much of a battle right now, though. Chapman's just a little bit better.
Yeah, he's like a couple of hundredths a lap better than Kevin Dick is right now. I mean, Chapman just ran a 55.012. Kevin Dick a 59.039. So a couple of hundredths is right on the money. You see, Chapman's trying to break the draft. I don't even think he needs to do it, honestly.
No, it's better to do and not need than to, need and not do. Something like that, right? Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Jordan Berry.
Jordan Berry.
Wow.
Hey, you got a handful of that thing.
Oh. Thinking about sliding it out again. Woo!
He's doing it.
And I hate to sound like a pessimist, but that's got to be the most interesting thing that's happened in the last 20 laps.
For sure. I thought he was gone, dude.
Like I said, I hate to sound like a pessimist.
I thought he was going to take the Elliott Sadler line out of turn 2 there.
Oh, that's a bad joke if you know. That was a horrible joke.
Such a terrible wreck, man. So glad he was all right after that. That one.
It kind of
that one
scares
made
me that they're. It kind of scares me though. Like I've gone down this rabbit hole before. It kind of scares me. There is no known footage of that wreck.
ESPN wasn't. It was ESPN that covered that one, wasn't it?
I think it was. I guarantee you, ESPN has a camera view of that wreck. There's no way there wasn't a single camera on that Elliott Sadler wreck.
I guarantee you they don't, because ESPN was worse than what we're complaining about Fox with these days.
That's fair. Hold on.
No,
I got to send you a video essay about that wreck. Hold on.
Okay. Wonderful. Yep, there he goes. Bye, Nick.
Sorry. Oh man, but like I said, there's this great video essay I watched where, I mean, it was kind of describing, like some, I guess some hidden footage. I guess is a good way to put it, but like it was such a good video essay, and it made really good points that ESPN may have some hidden footage and they just don't want to release it because of how bad that wreck really was. Because I mean, there's like phone footage that's like really grainy. It was taken on like a Nokia from the front stretch grandstands, but I mean, you can't really tell what happened. And there's really a really good rumor that states that he may have actually flipped during that wreck.
Elliott was tough.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, you could tell he was in pain after that wreck, and he just hopped out immediately. Like, that was a hard wreck for Elliott Sadler.
Yeah, it was.
And he was known as the only guy to do 2 straight blowovers. Oh my God! Everyone just hit the wall. Oh, and Jordan Berry. Uh-oh. Oh, he's just gonna pull it down pit road.
Yeah, nothing to race for at this point. Down a lap, tore up already.
Down 3 laps.
Fighting to keep that thing under him. Let's see a little replay here. What you're gonna see here is a little bit of monkey see, monkey do. See Miz get offline. Barry follows Miz on corner exit. That's the last thing you want to do here.
And Levi McCarty almost hit the wall as well.
That's just an easy thing to do. You end up, getting locked in the rhythm, following the guy in front of you, and you just end up doing everything he does. Next thing you know, he hits the fence and you join him. And these races get long, but here we are inside of 3 laps getting to be inside of 3 laps to go here with Ed Scherer Jr. ahead by about 10 seconds.
Yeah, that gap is steadily growing over Andrew Chapman. And that gap's also growing between him and Kevin Dick as well, so you were right. I don't think that was really ever going to be much of a battle between Chapman and Kevin Dick, but I mean, either way, that's still going to be really good points for those two.
That's going to be great. This is going to move Scherer further up in the standings. It's sitting coming into this race in 4th position behind Chapman, McCarty, and of course Joseph Kazi, your leader.
Yeah, this should lock him into the next round for sure.
No, yeah, he'll make it into the next one. No, I don't know. I think this might move Chapman up in points above Kazi. Kazi, with that speeding penalty, sitting in 13th place right now, 46 seconds back. Chapman up here, scoring just as many points, if not a little bit more, this entire race than Kazi. And sitting in 2nd spot, I think it's going to move him up to be your points leader at the end of this one.
Yeah, and with the way that this kind of playoffs works, it's a little bit more cutthroat than the real one is. I mean, they only have 2 race rounds, and they're cutting it off at 12 after round 1, and then they cut it all the way down to 6 after race number 4. Then the last 3 races are going to be what decides the championship for these guys. So it's not going to be that one race determines it all. Like, you still have to put 3 really good races together. But off of turn number 4, though, white flag is in the air for Ed Shearer Jr. And I mean, you can't really say much else other than he just flat dominated this thing from about the end of stage number 1. Because you remember, Kazi, he led the good majority of stage number 1, and then Ed Shearer Jr. passed him on that first pit stop. Or, well, I guess second pit stop after lap 26, and just never really looked back in the 71.
Yeah, it's just had another spotless, clean race. No mistakes at any point. Everybody around him has messed up somewhere, some way. And Ed, just like the past few weeks, clean, steady wheel, no issues. And here he comes into turn 3 with the lead. You can take it from here.
Off of turn number 3, he's going to be the first one to do it in the High Slide Racing League Truck Series this season. He's going to be the only one to do it, as off of turn number 3, Ed Shearer Jr. put him in the 4-in-a-row club. Ed Shearer Jr. wins at Pocono. 4 races in a row for that man. But off of turn number 3, Chapman takes 2nd, Dick takes 3rd. Denson and Knopp round out your top 5.
And Jordan Probst's 2nd place streak is finally knocked loose. Unfortunately, not in the direction that he was hoping for.
Will we be allowed to make fun of him for that?
No, he's run great all year.
Yeah, I know. But Ed Shearer Jr., one and only this season to do 4 in a row here in the High Slide Racing League Truck Series. He did it before Mark Whitley, which we thought he was going to go for many more than 3 in a row when he was on his streak. Ed Shearer Jr. finally proved you can do 4 in a row. Broke the curse here at Pocono and locks himself in to the next round of the High Slide Racing League Truck Series playoffs and starts the playoffs off right as he burns it down here at Pocono.
Thought Kazi was going to be our main contender, the main threat for the championship, but Ed Shearer Jr. is really showing that there's a lot of competition in that playoff grid.
Yeah, he's really taken over recently as, I feel like, championship favorite in that 71 machine. Kazi just hasn't had the consistency recently.
No, not at all. Kazi, a couple bad weeks in a row here. Really hoping to see him turn that ship around.
As Ed Shearer Jr. continues to burn it down. We're going to go and send it to our final commercial break of the night. Stay right here. Post-race coverage and interviews next. And we welcome you back to post-race coverage here from Pocono Raceway. Ed Shearer Jr., dominated here tonight. Led 68 laps on the night. Andrew Chapman in that second spot. Kevin Dick in third. Jacob Denson fourth. Evan Knopp rounds out your top five. Jordan Probst, Levi McCarty, Joshua Lucas, Jason Miz, and Derek Grigsby round out your top 10.
11th place, we're going to have Zeke Collins, followed by Andrew Pendergrass in 12th. 13th is going to be Joseph Causey. 14th is going to be Austin Pendergrass. 15th place is Anthony McPherson, followed by James Kerr in 16th. And rounding out your field in 17th position is Jordan Berry, and Andrew Lemke rounds out the field in 18th.
Right off the heels of that, we're going to go ahead and get into our post-race interviews, and we're only going to have two here tonight. But first, we get to speak with the third place finisher here tonight, Kevin Dick. He's standing alongside Sheldon Atkins.
Hey, Kevin. How's it going, man? Good run again tonight. Good to see you finally get the finish that you kind of deserve after, a couple rough races here earlier in the season. How did they really, so what, oh my Lord, I'm having a brain fart here. I'm so sorry. I'm having a junior moment. No, that first pit stop, you lost a lot of spots and it seemed like it really messed you up for the rest of the race. What happened there?
I just missed my box. That was just, first pit stop of the night. Just a little bit too hot getting into it. Lost a couple there. And then we got that quick caution, and I made the mistake of taking tires. So I put myself behind the 8-ball there right off the bat. So that second run, I ran two runs on the same set of tires, so that's why I leapfrogged ahead and got the lead, but then I fell back so much. So sort of just being able to, come back that little bit and be able to finish in the top three, I think was pretty good.
Yeah, after you spell it out that way, because we can't really see what tires you take, yeah, that's an impressive comeback then to come through the field, that late in the thing after being on olds here at Pocono of all places.
Just having that, extra lap or 2 laps of fresher tires makes such a huge difference.
Yeah, this place scorches them for sure. So how you feeling about your opportunities here in the playoffs moving forward?
Pretty good. Just gotta keep plugging away at it and clean up the mistakes, and I think we'll be all right.
Well, I've got you in my way too early Final Four prediction, so don't make me look bad. No pressure though.
Hope not.
But anybody you want to thank for this one tonight?
No, we'll just baz it on.
All right, man. Well, hey, have a good one, Kevin. Good stuff tonight.
You guys too.
That's Kevin Dick, your third place finisher. Now we get to speak with your race winner and 4-time in a row for Ed Shearer Jr. Ed, how does it feel to be the only one this season to go 4 in a row?
It's pretty good, pretty nice. It's nice to have a good stretch of races these last 4 weeks and be able to get one done tonight at Pocono is nice. Another one close to my home, so it's nice to get one here. And definitely wasn't the race I was expecting, though. I thought it was going to be a lot more strategy, but once we got that one yellow, I think after stage 1, it kind of forced it to be a 3-stop, so it made it interesting, and holding off Andrew and Kevin there was a fun battle. And I was shocked with the pace we had, really. It's, I did the race here a couple weeks now, probably ago, and I understood kind of what I needed to do here, and I didn't think I would separate as far as I did on the green flag run, so it's pretty nice.
Yeah, into the race there, your gap was sitting at about 10 seconds, if I'm not mistaken, at the line. Yeah, 10.6 at the finish of this race. Just pure domination there in that 71 camp. Sets you up really good here in the playoffs, and it being as cutthroat as it is, does that kind of take a little bit of weight off your shoulders, knowing that after only 2 races, they're cutting 4 out, and then after 2 more, they're cutting 6 out? So does that, kind of take some pressure off your shoulders?
I wouldn't say that. I think everybody in playoffs contention right now is capable of winning a race. So, anything can happen at any sort of track. We go to Kentucky next week. I don't really know how this truck drives there. So that will definitely be a head scratcher there, but we'll figure that one out probably eventually. But I think everybody's capable of winning. Causey just had a rough night tonight with that speeding penalty. Chapman was capable of winning. Kevin, Jordan, even Evan. I know he's probably not in the playoffs, but everybody can win. That was basically like top 5, top 10 tonight. So if small little mistakes can happen and cost you a chance at winning, I think a lot of these guys can definitely capitalize on it and definitely have the speed. It's just I feel like we got a little bit lucky tonight with how the race played out for us and having the speed that we did to be able to get the win here.
Well, congratulations on said win. Before we let you go, who do you got to thank?
I just want to thank you guys in the booth for doing this as usual. You know, you guys do a great job. Darby for producing and doing a fabulous job with GridVision as always. And I want to shout out basically my friends Quasi, Miz for hanging out with me tonight during the race. All the fans watching at home. Lucky Ducks Motorsports, all of our sponsors there, Team Conti. Get your fast setups there for this week at Michigan or Watkins Glen, whatever you are. Go to Team Conti. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's pretty much all I got. I gotta hopefully go eat something. I haven't eaten anything in the last couple hours, so I'm kind of hungry.
Well, go ahead and go do that. Ed Shearer Jr., congratulations on 4 in a row. Let's see if you can make it a full house next week at Kentucky.
Thank you, boys. Pleasure as always.
As Ed Shearer Jr., your race winner here tonight. And I believe that is going to do it for us here tonight from Pocono Raceway for the High Slide Racing League Truck Series. But before we go, Sheldon, I ask you every week. Any final thoughts from you over there in your little bubble?
I think Ed Shearer Jr. really just set the tone for the playoffs here. If you're gonna make it, to that Final Four and you're gonna try and win this championship, you're gonna have to go through him, because that kind of performance right there, you can expect that. I feel week in, week out, because he has been getting better and better every week, and I just think it's gonna get stronger as we go on.
Yeah, and he said that Kentucky next week was going to be really interesting. I mean, NASCAR hasn't raced at Kentucky since, 2019? And trucks, I don't think, have raced there since about 2017. So there's not really much you can go off of heading into that race. I mean, not really much experience unless you've been on iRacing since God was a child. But that'll be a very interesting one to watch, as I believe it is the updated Kentucky we got in like 2016 or something like that. But I'm rambling here. That is going to do it for us here tonight. I think we go back to our schedule here, if I'm not mistaken, before we get going here. Yeah, we'll go and get into our schedule for the rest of this week. I mean, you just watched High Slide Racing League Truck Series action from Pocono Raceway, their first race of the playoffs. That was a very fun one to commentate there. Tomorrow, 9 o'clock Eastern, you get Friday night NIS Top Split coverage presented by Ryco Performance from Michigan Raceway, and that is going to do it for the week. Next week will be a fun one too, but we'll get into that next week. But that is going to do it for us here tonight from the Pocono Raceway. If you want to get your league broadcasted or start your career in commentary, go and contact us on Facebook, X, or email us at info@gridvision.live. Special thanks to Andrew Cardinal IV of Whiplash SimCams for providing the cameras used on tonight's broadcast and every broadcast you see on the GridVision YouTube channel. But that will do it for us here tonight from Pocono. Congratulations to Ed Shearer Jr. from absolutely dominating the Autism Speaks 97 from Pocono Raceway in the High Slide Racing League Truck Series. But we'll catch you next time on the grid.